Oh, great, great. So as I was saying, based on the feedback that I got from you guys, it was better for us to start from fresh. And those who already know HTML, PHP, or something, and other coding, Python and stuff, if I get a good feedback from you guys, I will start. We will start from something for you guys. Then we will start from the intermediate, from the middle. Then we'll go to the advanced. Then we'll meet up with the new beginners. So this course is for only for beginners. But in case you already maybe you wanna follow along, then refresh your mind on HTML, because I know HTML can be a tricky subject or topic. When you start coding, you always forget about HTML. But HTML is the foundation to the web. So this course will focus on HTML. One thing I would say, this course is you have to be disciplined. When I talk about discipline, on if you want to be in web development, you have to be disciplined. Focus on what you want to do. There is no shortcuts. If you want to learn, you have to be serious, because the technology in web development, it keeps on changing a lot. So you have to be disciplined in someone who wants to study. Yeah. So in this course, to maybe I'll be going fast or something, but ask questions. Just type in and I will get it. Ask question and that's it. I will do my best to answer you. Also, be respectful. When I say respectful, respect each other in this platform. Share your code. We always share our code, and that's it. So let's begin. So this course, what you need is a computer. You need a computer to do this course. If you don't have a computer, I don't think you can follow along with the phone. But it's always best to have a computer there. Then everything that you see on screen, you also start typing. And you also need a web browser. So when we talk about web browser, we talk about the interface, the graphic thing that you open on your phone, on your phone that opens, that you put address in www dot maybe joyfm or www.ghana web. That's the web browser. Those that I prefer for you to use is Chrome or Firefox, Safari, or Edge. So sorry, don't never use Internet Explorer to learn web development right now. It's a legacy. I would say it's a legacy technology. That means it won't work based on some code. So I think get a updated Chrome, Firefox from Mozilla, or Edge. Yeah. So we will need a text editor. There is something called a text editor. So it's like, you see, because you guys are new, I have to explain everything. So, like, Word document, you type in to write a letter or to write anything on Word. Um, you need a Word document. So when it comes to code, we use something called a text editor. It's just a simple program that you download on your computer. Then that's where you will type the code. Then there are many types of text editors around that you can use. We have Visual Studio Code, we have Sublime, we have Brackets, and we have Notepad. All these ones are free, so you are not buying nothing. This course you are learning for free. We have paid ones for text editors, but this one is free, because I know in you guys be my brothers and sisters. I know things are hard, but these ones are all free. We just download it. So before you can even start the web this course, you have to learn the history of the web. So the history of the web is www that you type in it's called World Wide Web, and it was invented by Sir Timothy John Billingsley in 1989. I want to make this distinction. Don't get confused with the internet and web. The web. It's two different. It's not like it's a two different thing. The web will not work without the internet. Internet has already been there for like 70 years. It was being used by the United States Army, and somehow they ended up in the universities, like Harvard, all these big universities. But it had a little bit its own thing, how they send messages and stuff. But 1989 is when what we call the web now everything is based on the Facebook and stuff. Or it was 1989 that this guy called Sir Timothy John Billingsley invented the web. He was working at Switzerland, Geneva, with a company, I think European Commission, nuclear thing. You can read on it. So 1989, now it has evolved into being the big thing. So when we talk about environment, in when it comes to web development, we have something called environment. When we talk about environment, it means the things that you use to do or to be able to code. You need a server. You need, when you're doing PHP, you're doing the backend technologies, you have to set up all your servers, your text editors, your files and stuff. But HTML, only thing that we need is a text editor. So I will prefer VS Code. So I will show you how to download the VS Code. Then we'll do file management. When I talk about file management, I think I will also show you how I do my stuff, how I save my files. And you have to be resourceful and all, very be how do you call it? Someone who knows how to put stuff in the right places. So when you are searching for it, it won't be difficult. It's part of web development. So now we're starting the real course for you. Maybe don't get it twisted. We can go straight up to the code and stuff, but web development is more than that. You have to learn all these to understand what you are doing. So someone will ask, what is HTML? HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. Take it from me, it's not a programming language. It's not a programming language. Programming languages, examples are JavaScript, PHP, Java, C#, and a tons of programming language there. Hypertext markup language is, let's say I will give you this analogy. Hypertext is just what you see on the web, the text and all that you see on the web browser is hypertext language and markup. It's not a language. You just type it on a text editor, then you upload it on the web. So it has no logic. The difference between programming language and HTML is programming languages have a logic. The simplest terms that I can tell you is let's take it like a car. When you're driving a car, and programming languages is you program a car. You are the driver, but you are not there. So you tell the car that when it gets on a hill, it should put the gear on the low gear. It will do it for you. When the car stops, it should turn it off. It will do it for you. you are not there. So it has a logic. If this happens, stop. If this happens, if this doesn't happen, do this. That's programming language. So for your goal for this course, overall, you want to be someone like a programming language. But from the start, HTML is not like that. So I'll show you. Let's go on. First, HTML. This is the page structure of HTML. So we use tags. We call it tags. So the first thing on the HTML body, you see your HTML. Then you close it. The head. Then you close it. Then the body. The body is where you put everything. You put all your things that you want people to see. And the head is where you link to other documents, and also where you do your SEO, search engine optimization and stuff. We'll get to that. You will learn all these, but it will take time for you to learn if you are disciplined enough. So if you are ready, I'll show you how to download the text editor. Then we will start. So if you are following around, open your Google browser and just type in VS Code. Please, if I'm going fast, you tell me, then I'll slow down. Okay? So you open your Google, type in VS Code. So you see it will open something like this. Then you go to download Visual Studio Code. If you are using Windows, you click this one. If you are using Mac, you click this one to download it. So on I don't know which one you are using. What operating system are you guys using? Can anybody type the operating system he or she is using? So I don't know. So you can download it. You just click it on it. It will just pop up. Then you save it. Then you click next. You go and click on it. Next. Yeah. So this is it. This sign you'll see. You just click it. Next, and you are done with it. I'll go through it with you and show you some of the shortcuts and how you want to set it up. But this is the setup. You just see this sign. You just click it. It will open it. It will open for you. So let's begin. This is what so let's begin with our first HTML. So first thing, you open the documents. So you first you go and you open it's a new file. and it will open something like this. So on your, I'll let you see. I'll show you how this is done. So as I was saying, I'll show you how we will start from. Yeah, we will start from the start. I think I've already explained this, but let's go on. So the Doctype is it describes the document when the browser opens. The Doctype tells the browser that it's HTML. Oh yeah, okay, great. You got that one. Then HTML LANG tells it it's English. Then the head, when you open it, you see the less than and or greater than sign is what HTML is called the tags. HTML, every HTML uses this syntax. You open and you close it. So when you are closing, pay attention here. You see the sign, the back, the slash. That means you have closed the tag. Some of the tags that don't use that, like these ones, the meta and that one, it doesn't use ending, it doesn't close it, but it's a special tag. But most of the tags, you open and you close it. Yeah, so this one, both of these, I will show you what it does. It's nothing. I mean, it's just you you're telling it what type of how to encrypt the documents. So UTF-8. You don't need to know that right now. The meta name, the viewport, content with device. So this is what is telling the documents on how to, when you open on a mobile, how the documents should, the viewport, I mean the view should change. It's just that we put it there for the browsers to know what they will do with the documents. So the title on your, let me show you an example so you will know. So look at this. When you go to Ghana Web, Ghana Web. So you see Ghana Web, our own Ghana Web, Ghana. You go there. So I'm coming. I'm showing you something. Look. Okay, so the title means Ghana. What you will put on the title will show on the browser on the top. Ghana homepage resources. So that's is the title in HTML. So Benjamin, do you see what is written here? Yeah. So every document, every page has a title. So you have to describe the title. If you don't do it, it's nothing. It's just for people to know when they open your browser so they can read it. They will know which page it is. Yeah. Yeah, so Ghana Web, you see this sign, this description on the tab. This description. That's the title. Do you get it? When On top of the Ghana homepage, here is the title. I think the mouse is not working there, so let me see. I think I've okay. So yeah. So have you gotten? Yeah, have you started typing this? So start and write this. Uh, there's something called muscle memory. Every code that I want, I put it there. I want you to type it, so you'll remember. When you start typing it, you yourself it will get into your memory. Then anytime that you want to write, yeah. So one thing about coding is you have to type it your own. You have to type it every day. Then you will able to memorize the syntax. So when I talk about the syntax, it means what you see, how we write the backslash, the operator done, all those signs is the syntax. Every programming, language has its own syntax. So, Caleb, you write what is on the screen. Do you see it? I made it bigger. Now I think. So I think maybe we lost some of the group. So the second is after the head, you go to the body. So this is how you write it. It all depends on your keyboard. I'm using a Mac, but if I hold the Shift and the less than sign, I press it, I get it. So then I close. I start with the body. Then I close it. So the body, I have to close the body, but are the same. The only difference is I have to use the / button. Then you close it with body. You close it with a greater than sign. So everything inside here is what you will see on the screen. So now I think we have written some, but now we can save the file. So saving the file, you can open it and put it wherever you want it. But it's best to create a document. Write it. You name it. Web development. How you want to name it. You change the name. You write index. INDEX dot HTML. Pay attention to how I am naming the file. INDEX.html. That will be the root of all of the file, the home page. We always name it INDEX or somehow also when you go to the servers and DEFAU default.html. That's the home page. That's the root of all the files. So index.html, then you save it. To open the file, you have to go to where you saved the file. Web dev, then you click it. So this is what this is what will open. So let's write something. Hello. To see what you have written, you have to refresh the page. So you see, when I refresh the page, you see the hello word will appear. Now let's write again. Hello world. Hello world. No, so saving the file. Let's save it again. So I'll show you. You say save. When you save as, let's see. Save as index index.html. index.html. So you save the file. Remember where you save the file. That's where you open the document from. You open the file from. When I always use document and file, I use it interchangeable. Chainably. So don't get it. Don't get confused. I mean the same thing. File and documents. So in the body, you write, for you to open it, just go to where you put the thing, where you save the file. Then web develop, see. Then you double click it, it will open. You see hello world opened. So let's continue. What I did here, the hello world, it will show on the page, but it's not how we put HTML on the page, because right now I just wrote hello world and I put it just in the body. So for me, I can't target this hello world. I don't have any control over it. I can't change the color of it. I can make the text bigger. I can make it I can manipulate it in any way. So the best thing that we use is we put in a tag. So we have, see the difference. H1 hello world. Now let's open the file. You see the difference. You see this color? The text is bigger. It's bolder. So the HTML H1 head is a heading tag. So you know when you are writing as a letter and also in the Word documents, you put headers. So the H1 tells the document also means it's the main header of the page. So when the browser is reading it, it knows it's the main header of the page. So the font size is bigger. I'm going to show you a trick that opening, we want to refresh the page anytime that we want to see what we, in case I add anything here, H2, I am learning code. If I save it, I have to go to the document. It's a pain in the ass. So I have to go here, then click it before I will know what I did. There is a lot of effort going back and forth. So what you can do is on the bottom of the VS Code, we can install a live server that when you press it, what you will get is any changes that you will make here automatically it will appear on your file. So to install the live code, you go here, you go to here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the extension tab. Then you type in live code or live server. So live server, you see this one by Rhetoric Day. You press it, then you install it. I've already installed it, but you can uninstall it here. So then you install it. For you to see it, you have to open a folder. It only works when the files are in the folder. So where you save the file, just click here, this sign. You see the document sign here, the Explorer. You click it, then then you do this, open folder. Then you go back, you click on where it is, web development. Then you click open. Now your file will open on the side. It will be listed on the side called index.html. So when we will have a lot of files that will be listed here. So when you need this, you just click on it. It will open. You see the difference? Now you can see a new tab listed here saying go live. Go live. It's a server. So when you click go live, you click on it, it will say starting. You see the new code. Great, Ernestina. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. So I will upload. It will be online, and I'll upload it too. So anytime that you need it, you can. But next time, I will prefer that you come live. I mean, with your own computer. I don't like when you're copying the code, maybe you won't understand it that much, but when I'm working with you, then you can ask questions and stuff. But it's still, yes, though, today, it's good that you are here and follow along. So you see the file, the document open with a, let's do some changes and look at it. I want to refresh the page, but you will see the new changes there. So anytime that you type, you have to go here and do save. But there is a shortcut. You hold the CTRL and S, is save. If you're on a Mac, you press Command Save. So like this. Then let's go here. Where's the document? I've refreshed myself. You see, it appears. Okay, so yeah, I'm teaching how to the path to web development, how to code. So if you're interested, follow along and you'll learn something. It's now the first course is HTML. For you to begin to get into be a web developer, this is your foundation. This is what is the web, HTML. So you see, I have refreshed myself. I didn't refresh the document. Yeah, CTRS, and you save it. And you see the document will open. All the changes, you see all the changes. You don't have to come here and always press and refresh. So that's one trick. Yeah. So now let's go through all these and I'll show you. Now the real journey begins. Always remember that this HTML that we typed it, we have to close it. HTML, we have to close it. So HTML, you see, it wraps itself. All these tags will be inside the HTML. So HTML, then you close it. HTML. So the head is where we link to files. We tell the file. We give it a title. Web development course. The body is where everything that you see on the web, that's where it is. So as I said, in HTML we have headers. It's like documents. It's the HTML page is the same as writing a document in a Word file, because you want to make sure that people will know this is the main header, this is the second header, this is the third header. So H1 is the bigger header. So I'll give you an example, then follow along. I will explain. So HTML, we have H1 to H6. So the H1 is the main header. H2, H3, H4. For you to know the difference, you will see that the fonts get smaller as we go. So if I save this document and I open it again, look at it. You see the first H1 is this one. This is our first HTML document. This is our first H. You see from H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6. Yeah. So it's telling you the H1 is the bigger font. It means when you're writing stuff on the page, you want to use the HD1 as your first header, so people will know, oh, this is the title of the page. I mean, then you'll go accordingly with H2, H3 in case where you want it. So after these are called, okay, I didn't want to teach you about comments, but if you hold the CTR, if you are using Windows, you hold the CTR with the forward slash sign. This, it will create this this one is called comments. So we use comments to describe the page, to describe what you have typed, because in case we are in a team and we are working, maybe what I will type here, someone won't understand it, or what I'm trying to do. So I will say, I will describe the thing here. This is header tags. Look at, if I save it, you see, you won't even see it showing on the page. It's not on the page because it's just the HTML document. The web browser won't read it. No, it won't show on the page because we use this to describe it to someone else or your own self, because this code, we are right now at number 19. Anytime that you type, it starts from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You on one project, you can have like thousands of line of code. So this one is called line of a code. This is 1 line, this is 2 lines, this is 3 lines, 4, 5, 19. So you hold the command. If you are using a Mac, the command forward slash, then you get this sign that you can use it as a comment. So we are going to paragraph. As the name explains itself, paragraphs. What is a paragraph? A paragraph is just a tag to start one paragraph. Like when you are writing something on a page and you in school or something, we write paragraphs. The page, you break the page, then you start another paragraph. So in HTML, most of all these documents, we start with paragraph P. So you write shift backtick the less than sign P. You close it. You see now it's even giving you automatic completion. Okay, let me see. I didn't want to, I think my camera is off, but don't worry. We'll, let's continue. I'll put it back on. Yeah, do you guys hear me? I'll fix my camera, but let's continue. So, as the P, this is a paragraph. Remember, HTML, what you write here is what you see. It will never autocorrect anything that you type. So if you are writing, it doesn't understand if you have made anything wrong in the sentence. So you alone, you have to make sure what you are writing. So if I save this paragraph, let's see the page. You see here, this is paragraph. This is what as a paragraph on the HTML page. So paragraph, if I write another paragraph, another P, I'll show you a shortcut to write all these. If I type P, if I don't want to write, I don't think I have to show you right now, else I want you guys to learn in a easier way, but the more that you type it yourself, you remember. If we use shortcuts, it will be you haven't gotten to that point that, because I can type P like this, then click something, then it will just create the tag for me. No need for me to write everything down. But so if you write another one, this is a second paragraph. This is a second paragraph. Oh, this is a second, and then I press it. I save it. You see, this is a second paragraph. You see the space here? The space. So every paragraph, it creates a space between it. Then, so that's the P. The P tag is called paragraph tag. Then I'll show you, let's move on to some of the tags in the HTML. So if you want to remember everything that you are typing, you can use comments. This is paragraph. Then you use these comments. Hello. Oh, this is a paragraph. Yeah, you can use it, but I don't recommend it. This is it's self-explanatory. So we have, apart from the P tag, we also have something called the span tag. SPAN. Yeah, so the span tag is not a tag that has any importance in HTML. It's just a tag you can, in case, like in this P here, the paragraph tag, in case we want to target it, anything inside here, when we target it with because we'll get the style of CSS. Oh, I forgot to explain. HTML is the markup language. Not language, it's the markup. But all the styles that you see on the page, on the website, that makes fancy in a way, it's beautiful, like colors and stuff, it's all CSS. It's called CSS. We'll get to it. It's called Cascading Style Sheet. So before we get to CSS, you have to learn the HTML first before we do all these styling, because this document, it looks boring. Everything here is just no colors. Everything is black and white, nothing here. So this span is just in case we want to target something here on the P tag, or when we target the P tag here, every word here, when we target it with CSS, it will affect everything inside here. So we use this span tag in case we want to target only the second this. So in case you want to target something with it. So this is the second paragraph that we have written. So you see HTML, you can put stuff inside. We have children, some tags. So the P is acting as the parent, and the span is the child inside it. So in case I want to target this that we have written, we can use the span tag inside the P tag. So we haven't gotten to CSS, but I want to show you an example here that what I'm talking about. Yeah. So you see on the page, you see that we have target only that we have written with the red color. I think I have to fix my camera. Where's where's my camera? Yeah, I'm coming. So you see, a minute. I think my camera is let me fix it. It was the battery. Yeah, my battery. I call from. I mean. Yeah. So the span tag, we use the span tag to target a section of the of what you have written. So you see red, we can change the colors to any color that we want. If we save the file and we go and see, you see the color has changed. It's not only colors, we can do a lot of stuff with it. So that's the span tag. It's nothing fancy, nothing. It's just we use it to target a section of the page. Then we also have what we call it, a pre tag. A pre tag. A pre tag is in case every tag that in HTML has something built into it. So the P tag gives you a type of behavior. The H1 tag gives you a type of behavior, and you'll see the font is a little bit, it's bigger, the size is different. So we have the pre tag. The pre tag is a PRE. This is a pre tag. So if we save this document, see the difference. Pay attention to the style of the font. The paragraph is this. Another paragraph, and the span is inside the paragraph. Look at the pre tag. The pre tag doesn't have anything affecting it. It's just a text that the font is different. So it's just giving you a different, like any font that your computer will just has in your computer. Will just pick one and it just give you pre tag. So this is it. It's nothing fancy. Then let's continue with uh I have my references here. Let me see. Let me see. Okay, so now you know all these are the important, I mean, HTML. Almost you already, this is HTML. If you know this, you're almost there in a way. You you know how what it does. So now we will be going to the containers. We have some tags called containers. So something like a div tag, div, div. So a div tag in HTML doesn't have any important thing, um, any important meaning in HTML. Like, it's not. We just use it to target a lot of stuff. So the div tag is this. Okay, so let me show you guys. You see how I'm everything I'm writing here is on one line. HTML, you can make it in 2 lines too. It doesn't matter. You can push this down here on line 23 to line 25. It's still the same. So when we write H1, you see it's still on the same line. We can put it here. This is how everybody has his own style of writing the code. This is what I would prefer, but you get to know and you choose how you want to do your own style. It's like a car. Everybody is the same thing, but everybody has his own style of driving. Some will shift, some will go on the left, some will go on the right. But there's no wrong in one. So the div tag, for us to target like these two or these two, in case we want to target a div tag, we want to target these headers, 2 of it, we have to target it one by one. But in a div tag, we can put both of these inside a div tag. Then when we are referencing the div tag, we will target the div tag and it will affect everything inside here. So let me show you an example. Let's say this is a div tag. Oh, where's my my camera? Let me see. I have to fix my camera. So the div tag, when we want to target the div, let's see, these are all CSS, but I don't want to show you CSS right now. So the div tag, when we want to target the div, let's see, these are all CSS, but I don't want to show you CSS right now. I'm just making an example for you to know the background color. Let's go with what color? Let's go with green. So look at it. If I save the document, you see, so a div tag runs from the width of the page. You see, from here it's 100%. So a div tag, it runs across the page. So from the pixel, from the end of this, from the start of this page, from the left to the right, that's a div tag. It runs across. But you see how it's targeted? Everything inside there is targeted. So if in case I write color, right, and I save it, everything inside will change. You see? So a div tag is used as an enclosure to target a bunch of elements. So if I change the font size, oh, I think it's the Ghana connection. I know my people. Our connection in Ghana is not very good. Well, very good. But yeah, I think I will post the file on the page, and oh wow. But you can hear me because I have a reference here that I'm using Facebook that I can see everything that I'm typing here. So Benjamin, it's good that you were with me. I'll post the video, the real recorded video, then go through it and finish it. I would love for you guys to go through and finish it, but I think next week we will learn more about HTML. Then you're on your way to finish it. I mean, just 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you get to know HTML. Then bam, CSS, you have a web page that you will create a web page, and from there we will go forward. Yeah, get serious. I think next week I would like to have more people online. I started from here in Canada. I'm in Canada, so I think I woke up in around 4 o'clock just to prepare for this course. So I would like for you guys to be put in more effort. That will encourage me to go on with this uh, course, and even if I know I get more people that I'm very interested in, I will even get some people to come and teach you some of the technologies, because I can know everything. There are other people who also know some of it. I'll be teaching you HTML, CSS. We'll go to PHP, Laravel. With that, you can be a web developer. You can make up thousands of dollars. The minimum $40,000 a year. You can even work online and be a freelance, or start your own web development agency. Yeah, and also if I see some of you guys being serious, I can hook you up with in case of any freelance job, I can hook you up with it. And also in the future, I think we can grow to be a family, and then we can create our own job for our own selves as Africans. I don't plan to be only in Ghana. Right now it's Ghana, but in case any African is interested, we will we open the doors for them also to learn. That's why I'm speaking only Bruni Kasa. If it's only Ghanaians, I will make a tree more. I mean, just to explain some things. But I think the English is okay for us. Not everybody can speak tree. So, guys, this video will be posted online, and I hope you learned something. Yeah, I'm gonna do it, Nana Kofi. I'm gonna post the video so you get the clear video. But I'll prefer next time you guys should be on time. We made a time at 1 o'clock. If the 1 o'clock is something, it's not good for you guys. Let's change the time. But I think from right now we will be 1 o'clock every Sunday. Please, I would like to see more people online. It gives me the energy to go. For this is the start. But I think all these, I didn't want to start you guys with WordPress and all these bloggers are using. They don't even know the technology behind it. So this is the real web development course. So thank you for coming, and you can follow me on all my handles. Let me show you my handles so you can mm. So if you are looking for me, this is my handle. Yeah, on Twitter, it's Alaji Menace. Instagram, Alaji Kobe Cobb. And Facebook, Francis Antobra Capital Menace. So you can follow me there, and then anything, text me or text it on a Let's Code Africa. Then all the questions, holla at me, and we'll go on from there. Thank you guys. See you on next week Sunday. Make it on time, 1 o'clock p.m. Thanks.